Hey, what's up? So today we're going to talk about this tankless propane water heater, and we're at that time where we need to go ahead and clean the system out, descale it, flush it out, clean it up. We've had it for over a year, I think 2 years, and this is the first time I'm doing maintenance on it, and they definitely require you do maintenance on these things. I feel like people actually overlook that and may not do it, or if you were to hire someone to do something like this, it'd be maybe a few $100, 150, 200, 250, I'm not sure, but it's probably in that region just to get somebody out here and do it for about an hour to 2 hours. So again, it takes about an hour to 2 hours to do it. You're probably mainly sitting around waiting for it to flush out and descale. Other than that, let's get at it. There's a couple things you definitely need. You need just basic vinegar, really. I got this actually driving on the way home, stopped by Dollar General, and really they have them everywhere, grocery stores, Dollar General, Walmart, anything that is near you, you have vinegar. Basic vinegar, ain't nothing special. Some pliers and pin nose needle pliers, I think that's what they're called. And then there's a few very important items you'll need. You'll need 2 hoses. I got these hoses right here for about 20 bucks on Amazon. And then last but not least, you'll definitely need the pump. So the pump is the only thing that kind of gets a bit expensive on this DIY project, but it actually is not horrible. So this right here I got for about 40 bucks on Amazon. This is actually used. I got 40 bucks used, and I guess somebody just used it one time or just didn't really get what they wanted, so it was great condition. So I was like, might as well save a couple bucks, which is about 10 or more, on getting a used one rather than a brand new one, which may be between 50 and 60. And then this is the thing, if you were to search descaling your propane water heater kits, those kits actually are over $100. Now, me trying to do these things myself and save a little bit of money doing it, you can actually buy these things separate. And honestly, if you do the counting, so getting this for 40 bucks and then getting the pipe connectors, cable hose, if you were to get that and add that up, that's about 60 bucks. And then honestly, those kits typically come with like a bucket, and so if you do the math, those buckets are like $50 buckets. So some of it may come with additional kind of solution or whatever. But again, go ahead and get these separate. You can just get a normal pump like this and then grab the hose. You may even have those hoses laying around the house, and then you'll spend about 60 bucks rather than 120 or even more. And honestly, I got this brand new bucket from Home Depot that is like $3 or $4. So I got a brand new one mainly because I have buckets for days around this house, but I figured if I'm doing this, I definitely need a cleaner bucket rather than something dirty that any kind of cement or anything can just get in that pump, so I don't want that. So other than that, we're gonna start out by shutting off our gas, and right now it's flowing, which is pointing straight down or up, whichever way you're looking at. And so what we're gonna do is we're gonna turn it and let it face the opposite direction, so the opposite of the pipe. And then we're going to go ahead and turn the cold water off and hot water, and go ahead and turn this off. Let's go ahead and drain this one first of all, this bigger one right here. I'm going to go ahead and open this guy as well. Really, you can't do this whole process cleaning if you don't have these unique valves for a tankless water heater right here. This whole setup requires this setup, and normally if you hire some sort of plumber, whoever he or she is, you can definitely, they need to install something like this. If they don't, make sure they do. This is for the clean out these specific valves right here. So we're gonna go ahead and probably some pressure in there. So we're gonna go ahead and open this up. Nope, no pressure at all. Get that water out, and then we're gonna open this hot valve up. Just drop the bucket. So there's air both ways, so it kind of takes a second for it to get out, but there it is. Okay, now we're gonna take this little filter out. That's impressive. Not really any kind of dirt. It does have some sort of sediments. I'm not sure if you can see that, but it has some maybe like sand or some metal or something a bit brown. We're gonna go ahead and clean this. We're gonna put it back in. Make sure nothing's in there. And we're actually gonna clean it out one more time just for precaution while we flush the system. After we flush, we'll take it out one more time and clean it. Okay, let's go ahead and connect our hoses. So hose number one, we're gonna go, I'm glad these are color coded, kind of just helps you choose kind of which one you want to use where. So hose number one, it's a blue one. And then hose number two, which is the red one in this case. So take a look at this pump. This right here is the pump. It really doesn't matter which kind of pump you have, as long as it, I guess, pumps water well enough. And got a good cable, reaches far enough, and then that you can put the hose, to connect the hose to the top. That's the biggest important part of getting the kind of pump. So today I was actually looking at Home Depot, and when I was there, and there's pumps just like this that are 1 1/3 horsepower and 1 5, and a couple other kind. They're about $100. So again, this pump is about 50 bucks or so on Amazon, and then actually got it used, so it's about 40 bucks. So let's go ahead and start connecting. Again, we're gonna grab this cold right here that we started threading first, this cold. The water will go in through the cold and out through the hot. So connect that, make sure it's nice and tight so you don't have a spray. And then what we'll do, stick this to the bottom of the tank, or bucket. Okay, and then we're gonna have this, again, this red one's just gonna be hanging out at the bottom. This is how it all looks right here. Cold to the top of the pump where it goes in. Simple. Water goes in through here, comes out through here. Or in this case, the vinegar. It'll go into the cold, cycle through, come out the hot, and the hot will go right in this bucket and it'll cycle. This is shut off, obviously, shut off, tight, gas is shut off, and really you're ready to start. So let's go ahead and pour this vinegar in. For something like this, we'll be using 2 gallons. All right. As you can see, here it's running. It's running pretty good. Pretty fast as well. Yeah, it's vinegar. Has a good strong smell to it. All right, so now we wait. Let this run for about an hour plus, roughly an hour or more. Really, you just gotta kind of look at some of the directions that they recommend as well. Whatever your tankless water heater specifies, definitely check that out and see what they recommend. All right, so we're gonna let this pump for about 1 hour, and I've been letting it pump for a few minutes already, so we're definitely gonna go for about an hour and let it keep cleaning all that stuff out. All right, so this is it, pumping, cycling. At the end, we'll see how different color the water is. Maybe it won't be too bad. Maybe it'll be a bit dirty, so we'll see. You have the pump is connected to the blue, which kind of just makes it easier color coding it. And that'll go in, cold water goes in, then hot water comes out, and this is the red. And the red just drops in the bucket. and you let it cycle. So this is the setup I have. This is the tank I bought a few years ago, I think 2 now, and I ran the gas lines myself, and it's been doing pretty great. This is the tank. All right, so we have been running this for about an hour now, and it is clean, it's descaled, and we are good to go. So we're gonna turn it off. The water is actually a bit warm since it's been pumping for about an hour. Unscrew this right here, so there you go, so it doesn't fall on the ground. We're gonna dump this water out. Let me tell you, this water looks a bit dirty. I'll check it out in a sec. All right, so the water, hard to tell. I don't think it's too dirty, doesn't look bad. But again, you may not even notice, but that is some strong vinegar right there. I can smell that. Vinegar kind of burns your nostrils a bit. All right, so we're gonna go dump this out. All right, so we wanna shut this one, close it. For a second, I'm gonna let it run without having the gas on. And then for the next minute or however long it pumps, it'll just pump warm, clean water through, but we'll keep this shut off. So we want this not to go through the lines, but again, go through the bucket. So keep this off, as in this pipe that goes down to the rest of the house off, but then we're gonna turn on this cold. Get the air out. Okay. Turn on the gas. And this will kick on as soon as we turn the water on. So. And now in a second, it's about to start warming this water up. There you go. We are at 120 degrees? Yeah, so this tank specifically goes up to 120 degrees. So now that we have that running, one last thing we're gonna check, and honestly you don't have to, but I'm doing it just for, taking another extra step, is check that one gasket, or not gasket, but little tiny filter, sediment filter. All right, so this is one last look at it. We ran the water, cleared it out, and then right now we're gonna we're gonna clean out, just make sure that's also clean before we wrap it all up and put everything back to like it was, and turn this valve on, which lets the water go to the house and take this off. These, it feels great to be efficient. You don't have to use power, and your typical water tanks will always heat. So you don't want to, waste energy. So these just use water whenever you need it, which I love. Okay, let's tighten that one up too. Let's check this one out one more time. This little filter plug. Make sure it's clean. If I'm not wrong, oh my gosh, yeah, see? I'm gonna show you. Okay, we turned on the hot water back on, so now as soon as we turn this on, the cold water, it'll start pumping water into the house. We'll turn the tank on, the gas is on, and tankless, not tank, water heater on. We'll flip this back to normal. All right, so now our tank is getting cold water. Our gas is on. Our hot water is ready to cycle through the house, bathrooms, kitchen, laundry room, and we're gonna turn on our tank. All right, so this is how it looks like when it's kicked back on. Everything's running good, so I'm glad that's going on. But really, this improves the efficiency as well as make sure it's burning it's burning the gas well, and also warming up your hot water well enough too. So keep your stuff maintained, and this should last 20 plus years and shouldn't have any problems. So if this video was helpful, let me know, and I'll continue to make some fun, some helpful DIY projects and just tips and things that could help you around the house. So thanks for stopping by. We'll see you next time.